Are you looking for the best 6 best cameras for photography, spring 2023? In this video, we will look at some of the best 6 best cameras for photography, spring 2023 on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Canon EOS R6 Mark II. The Canon EOS R6 Mark II is the best enthusiast camera we've tested for photography. This well-rounded full-frame camera excels at all kinds of photography and even offers improvements over its predecessor, the Canon EOS R6, our previous favorite. Its new higher resolution sensor gives you a little more leeway to crop your photos. The camera now has a faster readout speed and a whopping 40 FPS burst rate when using the electronic shutter. Throw in a remarkable autofocus system with reliable tracking, and you've got a fantastic camera for sports and action photography. Beyond that, it's well built, weather sealed, and feels good in the hand. Plus, it has in-body image stabilization to help you shoot at slower shutter speeds and low light. That said, lens selection for the RF mount still falls short of competitors like Sony. If you do want more native and third-party lenses to choose from, the Sony A7 IV is another fantastic hybrid camera aimed at enthusiasts. It has a more clinical design with worse ergonomics than the Canon, but the two cameras are very evenly matched performance-wise. Of course, the original R6 is still an amazing camera for photography that'll save you a bit of money if you don't mind a lower resolution sensor. Number 2. Sony A7 III. While the Sony A7 III is an older model, it's still well worth considering today, especially if you want to save some money. Though it's been replaced by the more video-capable Sony A7 IV, the A7 III is a mainstay for a reason and remains one of the best cameras for photographers for its price. It has plenty to offer, including a still competitive autofocus system, 10 FPS burst shooting, and fantastic battery life for a mirrorless camera. You do lose out on weather sealing, touch navigation, and Sony's new and improved menu system. However, these are small sacrifices for a camera that still holds up remarkably well to newer competition regarding image quality. Its full-frame sensor handles noise well in low light and has plenty of dynamic range for high-contrast scenes like landscapes. Plus, you get extensive native and third-party lens options with Sony's E-mount. That said, if you're looking for slightly better build quality and ergonomics, stretching your budget a little will nab you the Nikon Z6II, a worthy alternative if you can live with the shorter battery life and fewer lens options. Number 3. Canon EOS R7. While a full-frame camera like the ones above will get you the best image quality, going with an APS-C model can be a good way to save some money. The Canon EOS R7 is one of the best APS-C cameras we've tested, offering well-rounded performance for hybrid shooters. It's an especially great choice for wildlife photography, with quick burst shooting and an incredibly reliable autofocus system. However, its high-resolution sensor and IBIS make it well-suited to a wide range of photography styles. The Fujifilm X-T4 is another fantastic all-arounder in this price range, thanks to its compact design. It's a great alternative if you want something more portable than the R7. However, its autofocus system isn't as reliable as the Canon's when tracking moving subjects. Overall, the R7 is the best mid-range camera for photography. Number 4. Nikon Z50. If the Canon EOS R7 is out of your price range, consider an entry-level model like the Nikon Z50. Like the Canon, it uses an APS-C sensor, so it's less suited to low-light photography than our full-frame pics above. However, it performs admirably in low light for a crop sensor camera and offers plenty for both beginners and more advanced users. For one thing, it's one of the most well-built and comfortable entry-level cameras we've tested, with a weather-sealed body and generous hand grip. Its large viewfinder gives you a clear view of your subject, and the camera has a highly intuitive user interface that's accessible to newcomers. Battery life isn't amazing, however, so if you prefer a longer-lasting battery, the Sony A6400 is better. The Sony also has slightly better autofocus, but the ergonomics and user interface leave much to be desired. Number 5. Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV. The Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV is the best budget model we've tested for photography. It's the only option on this list with a smaller micro Four Thirds sensor. And while that does mean a bit of a trade-off in low light capability, it's still an excellent little camera that offers a ton of value for its price. There's also a wide selection of lenses available for the micro Four Thirds system, making it a versatile option to grow your skills if you're just starting in photography. The camera is also super portable, with a compact design making it easy to take on the go. Plus, it's one of the few budget cameras to feature in-body image stabilization, which can help you shoot at slower shutter speeds handheld. Though it doesn't have the most reliable autofocus, it has a quick burst rate for action photos and solid overall image quality. The Canon EOS M50 Mark II is a good alternative if you want a larger sensor and better autofocus, but lens options are much more limited. Number 6. Fujifilm X100V. If you thought high-quality photography was reserved only for large interchangeable lens cameras, think again. The Fujifilm X100V proves that point-and-shoot still have something to offer in the age of smartphone photography. This premium compact camera has the same 26-megapixel APS-C sensor as flagship models like the Fujifilm X-T4. Its design also harkens back to vintage rangefinder cameras, with a hybrid electronic, optical viewfinder offset from the center of the body. As if that wasn't enough, the package is tied together by an excellent 35mm full-frame equivalent prime lens, which is versatile enough for different photography styles. It isn't the smallest point-and-shoot but compact enough for travel or street photography. The Sony RX107 is a great, more portable alternative if you need something smaller. It even has a zoom lens if you prefer to have more flexibility with framing. However, it uses a smaller 1-inch sensor, so image quality isn't as good as the Fuji. If you're after portability and image quality, the Ricoh GR3 is a street photographer's dream and another worthy alternative, as long as you don't mind giving up a viewfinder and tilting screen.